Previously on Riverdale Rewrites.
This is a letter from Black Hood, the shooter Fred Andrews, and the killer of Geraldine Grundy. For too long, Riverdale has gone on putting on a facade of being a perfect town. Now that comes to an end. Riverdale must be cleansed of its sinners.
Due to recent events, it has become apparent to us that for the safety of our students, we have decided to shut down all after-school activities, including clubs, sports teams, cheerleading, and drama club.
Welcome to Southside High, home of the Serpents, Ghoulies, Jingle Jangle, and any other problem Riverdale has to offer. Just don't mess with the Ghoulies.
Mr. Jones, I took a look at your work, and I have to say, I'm very impressed. I'd be willing to let you have a go at that paper. Just no endorsing drugs or gangs, okay? You can write about them, but keep it objective.
All I'm saying is that if you think so lowly of your father, maybe you need to bring it up to the source and show all of your friends why you feel that way. Maybe they will side with you. I might have found my son. Or at least I'm trying to.
When will you stop hurting people?
As soon as Riverdale is cleansed of all its sinners, namely, your sister.
Hello? Toni?
He gets up to investigate and goes into the hallway, when suddenly he is jumped on from behind. Ghoulies start beating up on him, and we hear his moans of pain.
With everyone on edge about the Black Hood coming after sinners and Sheriff Keller being unable to do his job, no one felt safe. Instead, people took comfort in Jingle Jangle and their own troubles to try and distract themselves.
Exterior of the neighborhood sidewalk. Jughead and Betty are walking to school when she notices his black eye.
Are you sure you're all right? It looks pretty bad.
Yeah, I just fell off my motorcycle. Guess I need to take it easy.
Okay, just as long as you're not getting into it with the Serpents.
It's not the Serpents I'm worried about. It's the Ghoulies.
Ghoulies? Jug, you need to get back to North Side. South Side is too dangerous.
Betty, relax. I can take care of myself. Don't worry about me. We have more important things to worry about. How's Polly doing with everything?
She still wants to leave. I don't blame her, but I don't want her to leave, especially since the Black Hood is targeting her now.
Did you tell her about that?
No, I mean, how am I supposed to break that to her?
I guess you're right. I'll see you later.
Riverdale High Student Lounge. Betty fills in Veronica, Archie, and Cheryl about the call from the Black Hood.
So that's it? He's targeting your sister now?
Yeah, I mean, that's all he said.
Well then, what now? Can't your sister just leave town?
Yeah, but I'm afraid that he'll find her. I mean, I don't know who he is and what he wants.
Maybe the only thing we can do is wait. I mean, all we do is talk about this guy, and we're getting just as far as Keller.
Well, then that gives me the perfect transition. My dad wants to meet you all, especially Archie.
I thought you hated that idea.
I did, but then my mother of all people suggested that I go through with it. So let's say tomorrow night. Sound okay?
Sure, I guess. You're sure this is what you want?
Yes.
South Side High Red and Black Newsroom. Toni and Jughead are working on their latest articles.
What did Ponytail think about your latest injury?
I didn't tell her.
Interesting.
I don't want to scare her. She already doesn't like me coming here, and I'm not too fond of this place either.
Toni is hurt.
I just don't understand why you can't be honest with her. She should know what you're getting into. I told you she'd hang with the Serpents. This wouldn't have happened.
They're a rival gang. Still could have happened. And I don't think it's any of your business to tell me what to do in my relationship. Now, can we please get back to this article?
Cooper House. Alice is looking on her laptop when she comes across something that grabs her attention.
Hal?
What is it now, Alice?
Hal? I found him.
Alice, are you sure you want to go through with this?
Hal, I need to know who my son is. I need this closure.
You insist.
I'll be back.
Riverdale High Student Lounge. Ethel and Veronica sit talking about homework when Betty comes in.
Hey, Ethel, mind if I steal Veronica for a second?
I guess not. I'll see you later in class, Ronnie.
See ya, Ethel. She's so sweet. What's up, B?
So, earlier, when you were inviting Archie over, what changed? I mean, you were saying how much you hated your dad and how awful he was and that you don't want him to meet any of your friends. Why change so suddenly?
My mother was really persistent about it.
Don't give me that. I know there's more to it than that.
Well, if I'm being honest, Mom was really insistent about it. She said that if I really feel strongly about my dad, I should show other people.
Do you think everything's okay with your parents? That's odd that she would say that.
I honestly don't want to get involved, and I don't exactly have that interest in my life.
All I'm saying is that there could be something going on there, V. Doesn't sound good. Don't force things.
Southside High Cafeteria. Jughead enters the cafeteria and debates where to sit. The Serpents sit on one side and the Ghoulies sit on another. The Ghoulies give him dirty looks, and he decides to sit over near the Serpents.
Glad you finally decided to join us.
Don't get any ideas, just trying to cover my ass.
You say that now, but I feel like it won't be long until you start wearing a serpent jacket.
Jughead reluctantly sits at their table. Betty comes home after school with an envelope in hand to see her mother with a man who is about his mid-20s and looks a little disheveled.
Mom, what's going on?
Betty, I'd like you to meet your brother, Charles.
Hey, sis.
Wait, what's going on? How did you find him?
Well, after much searching through the Sisters of Quiet Mercy and some online investigating I'm not necessarily proud of, I came across Charles' record.
So what, then? Is he staying here with us? How long is he staying?
Well, I was just telling Charles that he's more than welcome to stay here for as long as he wants.
But I was just saying that's not necessary. I have my own place. Alice was just so intent on me meeting everyone.
So I invited him for dinner.
Later at dinner, Hal, Alice, Polly, and Betty sit down with Charles. The tension is high.
So, Charles, what have you been up to for the past 22 years?
Well, I stayed with the sisters until I was 18. Then I moved out and worked at small businesses. Typical minimum wage jobs.
What kinds of things do you like to do in your free time?
Really?
What kinds of books?
Any kind, really. Horror, fantasy, drama, humor.
Probably dark humor. How come you were so willing to come see us? How did you even know that Alice was your mother?
Elizabeth, please.
The bond between mother and son is strong. I'd recognize it anywhere. Wouldn't you agree, Betty?
It was lovely getting to meet you, Charles. Please, feel free to stop by anytime.
Oh, I will. Thank you so much, Alice.
I don't like him.
Betty, you barely gave him a chance.
Mom, you brought a stranger into our house. How did you know that's your son? Did you take a DNA test?
Betty, I've never been so sure in my life. I don't understand why you all just can't support me. I'm trying to reunite this family and make amends, and you all barely gave him a chance.
Alice, you're blowing this out of proportion. It's a legitimate concern that the girls have. I'm a man, and I'm a little wary myself. I know.
I can't believe you all. As if you didn't have enough going on with this Black Hood nonsense.
Later that night, Betty is in her room relaxing when she gets a call.
Hello?
Hello, Betty. I see your sister hasn't gone anywhere. Good. Keep it that way.
Can you leave me alone and stop calling?
Maybe, if you open the envelope that I gave you earlier.
Betty looks over at the envelope on the edge of her bed.
And if I don't?
Your sister's life will be on the line. I don't take this lightly, Betty.
She opens the envelope and inside is a cipher.
What is this?
It's a little puzzle that only you can figure out. You can try to get your friends to help you, but let's just say they may not understand it like you do. Once you solve it, you may be one step closer to ending this phone tag.
So, you're going to tell me who you are?
I never said that, but think what you will. Bye-bye, Betty.
Riverdale High Student Lounge. Betty shows Kevin, Cheryl, Veronica, and Archie the cipher.
Last night was crazy. First, my mom brings home this stranger that she claims is my brother, who turns out to be a complete creep, and she's totally okay with it. Then I get this cipher from the Black Hood, and he says it's something only I I can figure out. And if I do, it's one step closer for him to stop calling me. But what does this mean? He wants me to figure out who he is? Why would a killer want someone to know who they are?
Obviously, he's not a very good one. Seems like a rookie if you ask me.
So have you started on the cipher yet?
I don't even know where to start. I've never even seen symbols like this, ever.
He said it's something only you can figure out. Is it something linked to your childhood? Something only you like?
Maybe, but that also freaks me out if he would know that much about me. You guys maybe want to come over and figure it out tomorrow? I know it's Archie and Veronica's big dinner tonight.
Don't remind me. But yeah, you know I'll be there. And I'm sure I speak for the rest of us when I say that.
Yeah, I'm only in as long as I get to meet your creepy brother.
You're ridiculous, Cheryl. I'll see you all tomorrow.
Hermione and Hiram get ready in their room for dinner with Archie.
Can you zip me up?
Of course. You know, I didn't realize until yesterday how thin these walls were. Isn't our marriage supposed to have open communication? Why must you go behind my back to tell our daughter how you really feel about me?
Hiram, it's just that you
just
never...
something to keep in mind the next time that you go rogue. Nice dress, but maybe next time you could use a necklace with it?
Archie has arrived for dinner.
Archie, it's such a pleasure to finally have you over. Tell me, how is your father doing?
He's better. I mean, we still have to find a way to pay off that big hospital bill.
Such a pity that this Black Hood character is harming our town, don't you think? Is the sheriff even doing anything about it?
I mean, Kevin's dad is doing the best he can. I don't think he has much to go off of.
Pity. I thought you came face to face with him. Did you not get a good look at him?
With all due respect, I was in shock, but I had other things on my mind in that moment.
I see. Anyway, I heard that you all are having a little gathering to figure out some cipher that Betty got. I think it's cute that you all trying to mess with the serial killer.
Wait, Daddy, how did you...
Thin walls, mija, thin walls. Just be careful to mind where your boundaries are. More potatoes, Archie?
Of course.
Veronica takes Archie outside to say goodbye before he leaves in a car provided by the lodges.
I'm sorry my dad called you about the Black Hood thing.
I mean, he called us both out. I'm amazed that he found out about it.
Thin walls.
I see why you didn't want me to come over. I don't know whether he likes me or not. It's hard to read him.
I'm just glad you made it out alive. I'll see you tomorrow.
Archie gets in the car and leaves, while Hiram watches him from the window. The next day at Southside High, Mr. Phillips reads Jughead's latest article on Jingle Jangle.
Well, Mr. Jones, I'm impressed. Good writing, good content, although I don't know how many people will respond positively to this.
I don't have many fans here anyway. What do I have to lose?
Well, if you're sure, I'll send it out to the print today, and it should be out within the next week in print and online.
Thank you, sir.
No, thank you. You're one of the students that actually makes me see hope in this school.
The Red and Black newsroom. Toni and Jughead work on their latest articles.
I gave Mr. Phillips the paper. Should be out to print soon.
Good.
Jughead's phone lights up with a text from Betty about the cipher party. Toni sees it.
What's this about a cipher party?
Excuse me?
Text from Ponytail.
Oh, it's nothing. Just Betty has something she needs me with.
Sounds fun. When should we meet up?
I don't think it's best if you come.
Why not? It's not like I have anywhere else to be. I'm always up for a little party. Text me the address.
Cooper House, night. Betty, Veronica, Archie, Kevin, and Cheryl are clustered in her living room when Jughead enters with Toni.
Hey, Jug. And Toni. It's a pleasure.
Same to you, Ponytail.
Anyway, as I was saying, I dug out all my favorite books as a kid and old photos and whatnot. Maybe if we can look through this, we can find out what some of this means.
What if the drawings don't actually mean anything? What if this is just a distraction and he's about to strike again?
Then what does he want me to actually figure out?
Think about the things that he's told you. What about the times that he's called?
Well, he's only ever called at night.
Well, then maybe he's a vampire.
Cheryl, not helping. Anyway, he's obsessed with cleansing the town and coming after Polly.
You said he calls the people of Riverdale sinners, right? Well, how are sinners cleansed? Water. What if he wants you to go to Sweetwater River?
Kev, that's genius. We have to go.
I think it has to be just you, Betty. The Black Hood is calling you, not us. He said you'd be able to figure it out alone. We shouldn't go with you.
Oh, right. Jug, drive me on your motorcycle, then I can go check it out.
Wow, surprised you'd want to go with a serpent. Oh, didn't you know? Little Juggy here has started hanging out with us at school. And that bruise he got? It was from getting into it with the ghoulies. Well, bye.
I think my dad wants me to get home. Anyone else want to come?
Everyone except for Jughead leaves.
Jug? What is she talking about?
Betty, she's right. I've been hanging out with the Serpents, and I lied to you about the bruise. I wanted to tell you, but I didn't want you to worry. I just hung out with the Serpents so that I wouldn't get hurt. It's not like I was having an intention of joining. I should have listened to Toni.
Oh, so Toni's been giving you relationship advice? Why don't you listen to her if she's so interesting?
Please, Betty, I'm anything but interested. She's a piece of work, all right. Can you talk about this later?
No, we're talking about this now. Jug, this is exactly what I was worried about happening.
Betty, I appreciate you trying to help and look out for me, but I can make my own decisions. If you can't appreciate that, maybe we need to break. Good luck with your precious cipher.
Jughead leaves.
Betty was left alone, the only one left to figure out what the Black Hood was leading us into. We thought that we were getting closer, but it turns out we were just getting farther tangled in this web.
Betty makes it to the edge of Sweetwater River, and she looks around for something. Her phone rings.
Hello?
Hello, Betty. Are you ready to see who I am?
End of episode.